number 16 now. Balance sheet of Moonshine Limited is given to us. Liability side, we have 1 lakh equity shares of 100 each. General reserve, security premium, profit and loss account, 11% bank loan जो कि secured है, other secured loans and current liabilities. On the asset side, we have fixed assets, investment, cash and bank balance and other current assets. At the shareholders meeting, the following resolutions were passed. 15% of the paid up equity shares would be bought back at rupees 150 each. So number of shares bhi we can calculate because they've given us the percentage and offer price bhi de diya hai. So format for that finding the maximum possible shares is not required. To issue enough 10% preference shares of 10 each as a source of buyback. So this is going to be our fresh issue. और वो fresh issue का amount missing है जो हम find out करेंगे. General reserve may be used. However, it should have a closing balance of 7,50,000 after the buyback. Normally क्या होता है, general reserve is free, okay, but यहाँ पर क्या बोला गया है that after buyback they want के balance रहे general reserve में to the extent of 7,50,000. Balance sheet में general reserve है 12,50,000. If I want a balance of 7,50,000 means I can only use 5 lakh of general reserve. So that is something different in this sum. Investments of book value 30 lakhs were sold for 28 lakh 50. So यहाँ पर भी we are selling investments at a loss which will affect my profit and loss account. To issue bonus to remaining shareholders in the ratio 1:10 using the available reserve. So यहाँ पर एक ratio दिया है. In that ratio I will issue bonus shares. So जो भी हमारा CRR collect होगा after the buyback, we can use that CRR to issue bonus, and if need be we will use other reserves also. You are required to pass journal entries and to prepare notes to accounts for share capital, reserves and surplus and cash equivalent. So यहाँ पे 3 notes बनाने हैं instead of the 2 which we have been making so far. Okay, so here number of shares is known to us, so we will directly start with preparing our equations. Okay, so let's start the sum. For face value, what are the number of shares in my balance sheet? 1 lakh equity shares. So I'll start with 1 lakh. What have they told us? How much we are buying back? 15%. So I will multiply it with 15%. This is number of shares. This is the percentage given to us. And what is the face value per share in the balance sheet? 100. So into 100. Let's calculate that. 1 lakh into 15% into 100, I get 15 lakhs. ठीक है? Offer price क्या दिया है? 150. 150 is the offer price. 100 is the face value. So obviously premium is 50. So same calculation, but this time with 50. So 1 lakh into 15% into 50. It will exactly be half of this. Obviously यहाँ पर 100 है, यहाँ पर उसका half है. So 7,50,000 will be my premium. ठीक है? Now let's start using our reserves. पहले premium खत्म करते हैं. I have a balance of 11 lakhs in my security premium account. So I need 7,50,000. पूरा I can get from security premium. So full 7,50,000 will come from security premium. Free reserves की जरूरत नहीं है. Right? Now we go to the face value section. This time we have a fresh issue, but we don't know the amount. So पहले हम बाकी का amount भर देंगे ताकि ये हमारा balancing figure हो जाए. Okay? Now security premium यहाँ पर हमने कितना use किया है? 7,50,000. Actually security premium कितना है balance sheet में? 11 lakhs. So 11 lakhs minus 7,50,000. बाकी का security premium will come for my face value. So 11 lakhs minus 7,50,000, I get 3,50,000. ठीक है? Now let's go to our free reserves. Free reserves में what do we have? We have profit and loss account and we have general reserve, right? So let's create a breakup over here. General reserve and P&L account. ठीक है? Within the free reserves, I have two reserves, general reserve and P&L account. अब general reserve के लिए क्या बोला गया है? I have a balance of 12,50,000, but मुझे balance रखना है 7,50,000. So, even though I have 12,50,000, उसमें से I cannot use 7,50,000, right? So, what can I use from general reserve? 5 lakhs. Okay, got this? Same way, P&L में I have a balance of 7,50,000. But from 7,50,000, I have made a loss. If we read our adjustment 4, investments of book value 30 lakhs, sold for 28,50,000. वहां पर 1,50,000 का हमें लॉस है जो हमारा P&L बैलेंस कम कर देगा. So I will reduce my P&L balance by 1,50,000. So what do we get? 6 lakhs. Correct? So now what do I have? 3,50,000 from security premium plus 5 lakhs from general reserve plus 6 lakhs from P&L. ये total होता है 14,50,000. How much do we need? 15 lakh. So that means my fresh issue will be 50,000. Right? This is what we have calculated. ये fresh issue क्या है? It is preference shares of rupees 10 each. So obviously how much shares will these be? Number of preference shares. I am issuing preference shares of 10 each worth 50,000. So 50,000 upon 10, what we get is 5,000 shares. This will be used when we prepare our notes to accounts because हमें share capital में preference shares बताने पड़ेंगे. That's why I have calculated the number of shares. Now let's go to our calculation of bonus issue. यहाँ पर last adjustment says that bonus issue करना है shareholders को. So let us see what is our balance in CRR. हमारा CRR कितना बनेगा? जो face value हम reserves से use करेंगे वो CRR में जाएगा. So 350 plus 5 lakh plus 6 lakh, 14,50,000 will be in CRR. ठीक है? मेरा बोनस का रेशियो क्या है? 1:10. What does this mean? कि अगर शेयर होल्डर्स के पास 10 शेयर है तो उसके बदले उनको एक एडिशनल शेयर मिलेगा बोनस. दैट इज हाउ यू रीड द बोनस रेशियो. 1 शेयर फॉर 10 शेयर्स हेल्ड. ओके, नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट इज आवर इक्विटी शेयर्स. हमारे बैलेंस शीट में कितने इक्विटी शेयर्स थे? 1 लाख. राइट? हाउ मच डिड वी बाय बैक? How many shares did we buy back? 1 lakh into 15%. I am talking about the number of shares, not the value. So 1 lakh into 15%, 15,000 shares हमने buy back किए. So what are the remaining shares? 85,000. This is my remaining shares. Correct? What is my ratio? 1:10. That means for every 10 shares, I will get 1 share. So for 85,000 shares, how much? So we cross multiply, we divide, so that becomes 85,000 into 1 upon 10. That is nothing but 8,500 shares. Right? Now what is the value of each share? 100. Right? So 8,500 into 100 per share. ये मेरा वैल्यू है बोनस का. Because when I am giving them bonus shares, एक शेयर की वैल्यू 100 रुपए है, तो 8,500 शेयर्स की वैल्यू कितनी हो जाएगी? 8,50,000. So that's my bonus value. Okay, I call it my bonus value. मेरे पास CRR कितना है? 14,50,000. मुझे कितना चाहिए बोनस के लिए? 8,50,000. So it is more than enough. So पूरा बोनस हमारा CRR से ही निकलेगा. Okay. Now we have to pass our journal entries. So let's start with our journal entries. Here there are multiple things. There is fresh issue. There is also sale of investments. So before we go to our buyback entries, we'll pass those two entries. So first is my preference share issue. We will get money from the preference shareholders. So bank account debit to 10% preference share capital account. Where is the amount? This is my fresh issue which we have calculated, 50,000. Okay. Next is, as I said, sale of investments. Again we will receive money. So bank account debit. Loss है हमारा सेल पे. So जब loss होता है we debit P&L account. So P&L account debit. And what is going out? Investments. So to investments account. I have sold it for 28,50,000. The investments are of 30 lakh. So my loss is of 1,50,000. ठीक है? Next is for our buyback. जो हम general entries pass करते हैं. What are we buying back? Equity shares. So equity share capital account debit. There is also premium. So premium on buyback account debit. To equity shareholders account. Okay, amounts from my equations, 15 lakh and 7,50,000. 15 lakh, 7,50,000. Total is 22,50,000. That's our buyback. Where did we do the buyback from? We have used some reserves. So securities premium account debit. We've also used general reserve and we have used P&L account also. So general reserve account debit, P&L account debit, and what are we creating out of that? Our capital redemption reserve. Okay. How much of securities premium? 3,50,000. Free reserves 5 lakh, that is general reserve 5 lakh and P&L 6 lakhs. So 3,50,000. General reserve 5 lakhs and P&L account 6 lakhs. Total is 14,50,000. 50,000 in the CRR. Next is for our premium. We have only used securities premium. So securities premium account debit to premium on buyback. $7,50,000. Only one reserve we have used. Then we have our payment. We pay to equity shareholders. So equity shareholders account debit. And we are paying. So it's to bank. With the full amount which is payable to equity shareholders. 22,50,000. Then we have two entries for our bonus. So first is bonus to shareholders account debit. To equity share capital. We are giving them bonus shares. We have already calculated that. Where is our amount of bonus? The bonus amount is over here. 8,50,000. Let's write that down. And what have we used for bonus? We are going to use our CRR. So that's our last entry. CRR account debit, or I can call it capital redemption reserve. पूरा भी लिख सकते हैं. To bonus to shareholders. With the same amount, 8,50,000. Now, after this, what we are left with is notes to accounts. Quickly copy this down so that we can go ahead with that. Now let's prepare our notes to accounts. The first one they have asked for is share capital. Okay, again authorized, I don't know. So I'm going to leave it as a question mark. Then we go to issued, subscribed and paid up. In that, we are going to have two types of shares, equity and preference. Equity already हमारे balance sheet में था. So I will start with that amount. Balance sheet में हमारे पास 1 lakh shares थे. How many shares did we buy back? 15,000. So वो minus हो जाएगा. But it doesn't end there. हमने उसके बाद bonus issue किया. How many bonus shares we issued? 8,500. So that will get added because these are new shares. ये shares चले गए, cancel हो गए, ये shares नए create हुए हैं. So let's calculate now how many shares we are left with. So we have 93,500 shares. So we will write 93,500 shares. I've already given the heading equity. And the shares are of rupees 100 each. Okay. So that will be 93 lakhs 50,000. We also have preference shares. हमने जो नया इश्यू किया है preference shares का, we shouldn't forget that. It's over here in our first entry. So 5,000, the rate is 10%. So 10% preference shares, and they are of 10 rupees each. So of rupees 10 each, and that is 50,000. So my total capital is 94 lakhs. Now we go to reserves and surplus. We will have to be a little careful while preparing this. बहुत कुछ plus minus है, so we should not forget. So first I will start with the new reserve, CRR. हमने CRR कितना बनाया है? यहाँ पर we have 14,50,000. So I'll write it in the inner column. And then we used the CRR for bonus. In my last entry, CRR to bonus to shareholders. So less bonus issue, and that was 8,50,000. So we have a balance of 6 lakhs in my CRR. After that, we had general reserve. So let's write general reserve. General reserve in the balance sheet is 12,50,000. So we take that down. And we have used something for CRR. Transfer to CRR. How much is it? We get from our entries. General reserve 5 lakhs use किया है हमने. Let's subtract that. You get 7,50,000. After that, we have P&L account or profit and loss account. P&L account in the balance sheet was 7,50,000. इसमें we had a loss on investment. So less loss on investment. That was 1,50,000. And we also used for CRR. Transfer to CRR 6 lakhs. So P&L पूरा खाली हो गया है. We don't have anything in P&L now. We also have securities premium. Securities premium in my balance sheet is 11 lakhs. I used for CRR. CRR के लिए we have used 3,50,000. And we have also used for premium on buyback. पूरा premium इसमें से ही लिया था हमने. So premium on buyback was 7,50,000. Security premium also becomes 0 or nil. Let's take the total of all our reserves. 6 lakhs plus 7,50,000. That is 13,50,000 के हमारे पास reserves हैं. Okay. And now we go to our third and the last note, cash and cash equivalents. In that we take our cash balance from the balance sheet, cash or bank balance. From the balance sheet it is 7,70,000. Okay. We made fresh issue of preference. So वो add हो जाएगा इसमें 50,000. We also sold investments. सेल में जो बैंक के सामने हमने अमाउंट लिखा था 28,50,000, that will come over here. Okay, and after that the payment we made to the shareholders. So payment for buyback I can call it, which was 22,50,000. वो minus करना है. It's a payment. Let's calculate what our cash balance is. 7,70,000 plus 50 plus 28,50,000 minus 22,50,000. We get 14,20,000 as our balance. And that's it for all the notes. Take it down, and that's the end of this session. Next session will be the last session for buyback. So hope you've understood this topic. Please revise and look at the next session so that it's a complete revision of the full topic. Thanks.